those crazies out of the government. We need our Congress for everyone's benefit. The 1%, they just take what they like. We've got to show up and vote for our rights. So vote in November. Vote, a time to remember. Vote, but don't be late. Vote, don't procrastinate. It's our country, our democracy.
That's what this is, baby.
We can't afford mediocrity.
Baby.
If we do nothing,
That's not an option, baby.
our hope
That is not an
floats
option.
away.
That's the whole motivation of this show, is that we have to show up. We have to do something. We have to be involved. We can't sit back on our asses and just complain about shit. We got to do shit. And that's what we're doing. We're doing shit, baby. Anyway, it is Tuesday, and it has been a fine Tuesday. Let me get my shit together over here because John didn't do his damn thing where I can sit. There we go. Irene Lambert was the first one to jump in, followed by RVW King, and Donald Hamilton, the remixtress, is with us, baby. Thank you very much. Adam Hewitt always makes a smile on my face. Sammy Marcy, all the way from Tennessee, baby, up there with my brother. I love Tennessee. Beautiful state, baby. Trudy Baxter, thank you, darling, for being here. Bruce Preston, Penny Hartleman, Lisa Ryder, Thea Armstrong, thank you. Corey Barton, always a pleasure, brother. Carol Lowe, look at them. Mega Wet Willie's here. Carol DeBurs, Jeff Curry. Let me see, Chuck Lou, thank you for being here. Keith, thank you. Randy Peterson, whoo, pig, what a day. Your name came out of my mouth several times today, brother. I've got irons in the fire, brother, and they involve you, so. Yeah, we'll let you know when it's important. Anyway, Lisa Ryder is here. Let me see, Dennis and Jan H., all the way from Missouri. Thank you for being here. Let me jump on down here so I can catch up. Woo, Carolyn and John Majesco, thank you for being here. Love you much, both of you. Pauline Hall, I know you're out there. Big hug, baby, for everything you do. Let me see, BW's here. Greg Hughes is here. Debbie Marie. Everybody's in the room. Boy, howdy shit, what a day. What a day I have had. Busy. I hope you got to see my rant earlier today. Got out what was on my mind and everything, but I have been busy. I preach a lot about being involved in this democracy of ours, baby. Making sure that you're ready to vote, that you're involved, knowledgeable. I always tell you, the one thing you could do is contact your local Democratic headquarters for your county, your district, wherever you are. And I did that a little while back ago. Boy, howdy, did I get a response. Boy, shit. I'm going to go to a meeting tomorrow. And I'm taking my camera, baby. That spawned a whole lot of activity in my life. I wish I could sit here and tell you everything that was discussed, but I can't. I don't want to because I'm not ready to go there. But it left me with a great feeling. And, I can't help to think to myself here lately, I've been doing this show for 7.5 years. It's been a long time, baby, out here running my mouth, pumping the pump because of my anger against Trump, because of my insult against the country I took an oath to serve. and how I felt it was being attacked. It was time for me to stand up, use my voice, do something. Well, I've been doing that. And after 7.5 years, baby, this little thing will wear on your ass. It will wear on you. It'll wear you down. When people know who you are, there is a price you will pay for doing this, for opening your mouth. All those things that I've gone through for 7 years, baby, this boat's picking up steam. This ship's starting to sail a little bit faster nowadays. And it's because of not my voice, but because of y'all voice. This family. Anybody that tunes into a Blue Dot in Texas, what are they going to see? They're going to see my rants, but then they're going to see this show. And it's participation amongst family members in this, everything that we do here. 2 for Blue, do 2 for Blue. And here lately, I got re-energized by a friend, a new member to this family, who came in with guns a-blazing, baby. She wasn't new to the game. She was just new to my show. And she asked that question, what have you done? What are you doing? What are you doing? Well, I'm doing a show. I do it every day. But yeah, but what else are you doing? Because there's more to do. And she inspired that in me. And it caught hold. So today, I had a great conversation with the local Democratic headquarters. I'm going to a meeting tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to it and the new adventures that's going to bring. But I'm going to try to bring as much as I can right to this table and share it with everybody. And anyway, I'm cranked up for the day. It looks like a good day, and mañana we will do it all over again. Anyway, catch up with myself. Yes, I have my cowboy hat on. What did you expect? Hi, Bernadette.
Hi, John.
How are you doing?
Obviously not as much as you're doing, and I guess I could be doing more.
I swear, every time I talk to that lady, it's like I hang up the phone and I think, damn, I need to do something else.
No, she's too much, man.
She is. She's a firecracker, and she'll light your fuse, too. Yeah, but I'm glad I needed that. I needed that in my life. And
I think we all need a little push every once in a while.
Yeah.
So I ain't mad at her. She is a great motivator, that's for sure.
Oh, yes. Anyway, hi,
Missy Chick, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
I'm listening to you two.
That's an outstanding thing to be doing, I'm telling you. Anyway.
I'm getting motivated. Does that count?
Oh.
Okay, now that you're motivated,
oh, darn.
do something.
We all got to do something. No, I'm looking forward to this. I'm going to go attend a meeting tomorrow at noon with a bunch of other Democrats here locally in my district. I hope that leads to a lot of other things. But I need, we have an election coming up right here in my neighborhood too, and so I want to be involved with that and not only talk to talk, but walk to walk. Get out there and do something. Be involved. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to go out tomorrow. We're doing a road trip. I'm loving it.
Right on. Road
trip. Yep. Let's get the camera. Let's go somewhere. And it's a barbecue place I'm going to. Hey, you can't
road
beat
trip
that.
with a fork.
No shit. That's it. Yeah, meeting with a fork. There you go. That helps a lot. Anyway, let me get this on the road. I want to thank Mitch Goldstein, who came in with a $5 donation and said, Friday is... Oh, what did you do to me? Wait a minute. Of course it is. Friday is National
Schadenfreude.
Yeah, that day. It's the Schadenfreude. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Just bring him up.
That's what I'm going to do. Get your ass up here. How do you say this? You did that on purpose. I know he did it.
Yes, he did.
It's Friday is National what day?
I do everything. First off, I do everything on purpose.
He's
I know
very
you do. I know you do. That's what worried me.
No.
Go ahead, Mitch.
Oh, he muted.
Oh, he muted.
We have an unexpected guest joining us.
Oh, well, you need to go take care of that?
No, Adam's here, and he didn't know that I was online.
Oh,
hi, Adam.
Hi, Adam. How you doing, buddy? Is Julie there?
Just turned 23 the other day.
Oh, shit.
No way.
Really?
Happy birthday.
Can you believe that shit?
Man. At 23. I remember
That's
that.
chilly.
Yeah. Well, happy birthday, Adam. A little belated, but you bet, brother. 23. I remember. I distinctly remember 23 because my wife and her family and everything made it a big deal on my 24th birthday because I turned 24 on the 24th. So that prelude up to that birthday. Anyway, Mitch, I hope you and Julie are doing fine. Everything's good.
You know,
Now pronounce that word for me.
everything's okay. At least for the
Good.
time being, everything is okay.
That's all we can ask for, brother, day by day. We
Yeah,
could go
got
into that
some,
whole song
good
of one
things
day
coming up
ahead
in the
of- yeah.
spring. I think we're in good shape. I think the Supreme Court is about to open up their buttocks and crap all over Trump. And I think the reason why, and I think it's actually so preposterous that nobody's even talking about it. There's no constitutional or federal law or civic law precedent that says that presidents have immunity to commit crimes under any circumstances.
Under any, Mitch, to me, it's the basic premise of the question. Does
Here's what
anybody
presidents
have
hang on a
immunity
second.
like that?
Here's what presidents are immune from, and I'll just lay it out. This is my understanding.
Go ahead.
People tell me I'm pretty smart. Okay. Well, they
No,
don't
people
tell me.
lie.
I already know.
Okay.
The president, let's just say President Biden is responding to bombings in the Golan Heights.
Okay.
Okay. And we send some people over to Syria and we find pockets of where terrorists are and we deal with them.
Right.
And I'm not discussing the merits of that. Now,
No.
what Biden is immune from is he is immune to personal liability for
that
his
action.
actions as commander in chief.
That is right. He has taken an action as commander in chief, and he cannot be prosecuted for it, nor be held. He can be held
Civil
accountable
or
in the
criminal.
civil or criminal. He
He's-
can't be charged. Only in the court of public opinion would he be suffer any consequences.
Now, there's
of
some
that
argument. There's impeachment also, which is a separate
issue that
issue,
we're watching with
okay.
Mayorkas right now.
because, as people don't remember, impeachment is a political process, not a judicial process.
Indeed.
Right?
Indeed. Right.
You understand what I'm saying, right?
Oh yeah.
It's a political process.
And impeachment always has been a political process, not a
And
judicial
there's still
process.
the word is out on whether the president, in his boundaries of his duties as commander in chief, which is one of the duties enumerated in Article 2,
Right.
whether he is liable also to military discipline. That has never been settled.
That has not been tested, has it? He is commander in
No, it
chief.
has not.
He is
And I can
commander
tell
in
you,
chief.
it was pretty close there for a while. So,
That brings up an interesting train of thought, doesn't it?
well, I mean, the first time it came up was in the Eisenhower years,
During World War II,
after World War II,
after World War II.
actually. Talking about President
I
Eisenhower.
don't know everything. That's why I rely on you, Mitch.
Yeah, that's right.
Go ahead.
And it came up under Nixon as well.
That I remember.
And that was, one of the things he was terrified of, from what I understand, is that he would somehow become liable under either international military tribunals or American military tribunals as commander in chief. Interesting problem. Well, anyway,
It is. It's an interesting.
that hill of shit from Judge Angoran is going to land squarely and firmly on Trump and all the little trumpets on Friday.
Out of your mouth.
I predict an avalanche of woe.
Out of your mouth, buddy. Out of your mouth. Straight to
And
his
I keep
ear.
thinking about it like, how could it not be? How could it not be?
That is my argument. How can the court even entertain the thought of taking this case? We're talking about the immunity case that Donnie, the 13th Court of Appeals, ruled.
I don't think they're going to take
I don't
it. My
think they will
prediction-
either.
My prediction, they will not stay the proceedings.
They will not
and
stay.
they will not grant the writ. That's
Because
my
why
prediction.
tie an anchor? You're on the court for the rest of your life. We're
can
looking
tell
at
you
50
why.
years for this court sitting there.
Here's
They're going to
why.
make this
Here's
decision?
why. I'll tell you exactly why. And
Tell me.
the Democratic machine knows exactly what I'm about to lay on you guys. If the Supreme Court finds that presidents have immunity,
That's not good for the court.
well, then there's nothing to stop Joe Biden from dragging Donald Trump out of his house and shooting him on his front lawn.
Nothing.
And
As
that's
long as
why.
he's not impeached.
And that's
And even
why,
if he is, that's not
Right?
dealing with the law.
Nothing to
That's dealing
stop
with
him.
No.
Nothing to stop him.
Nope. Joe
because
could get
there's
back on the
no
phone
way-
and call CMT6 and say it's back on.
Let me ask you this, John. Do you think 2/3 of the Senate is going to?
No,
There you go. Done.
I don't. No,
Done deal.
I don't.
Okay.
Uh,
So that's why the Supreme Court can't give the president
totally.
immunity. It basically takes all the chains off of the executive, and they know it. And the first thing I could tell you, the first thing Trump would do would be to dissolve the Supreme Court.
Indeed.
And say,
Why
I
do you need a
decide.
court if you have a supreme leader?
Exactly.
That's exactly
get in the way,
danger
right?
the court faces if they think he's
Look
got
at the
immunity.
inefficiencies. You have to
and he
wait
gets
2
back
years.
in that house. You know, you're looking at the demise of the system that we know it, and we all been preaching it all. You can go look at it. It's called Project 2025. Google it, look it up on Wikipedia, whatever you want to do. Go read it. It's their
John, we've
plan.
been preaching the same
I know it.
goddamn thing
I
for
know it.
100 years.
Yeah, or more.
Or more,
We have allowed
but we still don't have it right.
right, but we're going through another Gilded Age because we have allowed billionaires to have political power just because they're billionaires.
Thank you,
And I
Citizens
told
United.
you many, many times that the two seminal occurrences that happened in our history was the humiliation of Richard Nixon and the advent of the Supreme Court decision that allows PACs,
Yeah.
Citizens United.
Yep.
Citizens United.
Seminal. It changed the
It
world.
It changed
Changed the
everything
world.
on the political landscape here in the United States.
Everything you're seeing
It's
playing
all
out
money.
right now in the Republican Party is the end game of the revenge for the takedown of Richard Nixon and the ending of the extremely profitable Vietnam War.
Oh, brother, that in the Gulf War, both. That war and the war W took us into in Iraq, baby. Those were contractor
This is our
wars.
legacy.
You know, and I heard a slight discussion, which really I was happy to hear, and let me return to that in just a second, because I want to thank J.P. Lee, who just came in with a $20 donation and said, there it is. Taylor Swift is a self-made billionaire. Trump is a self-made disgrace and failure. Boy, had a shit. That does say it all, doesn't it? Thank you very much, JP. I appreciate that. Oh, shit. Now, I had a thought right in my head. What were we talking about?
And I'll tell you, here's what's
I
going to
lost
take.
my thought. Damn it. I hate that.
It's all
I
right,
had a
John.
good
Here's
one in
what's
my head,
going to
too.
take. We are going to have to firmly repudiate the MAGA movement, which I believe America is preparing itself to do.
I think.
Quite honestly, I think that same old song is just not working. I think people are starting to say, hey, they're actually actively sabotaging their own government for
Indeed.
political purposes.
Indeed.
It's finally
at what-
starting to dawn on people. And now wait till Lara Trump gets the purse strings at the RNC.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah,
wait
that's-
till she
ain't that a
vacuums
dandy
that
little penny
place
for the
out.
pot?
Yeah, he's going to.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
That you can see the game he's playing. It's a pure power struggle within the Republican Party.
The replacement?
Yeah, no
She
shit.
has credentials, John.
She's as dumb as a
Does
box
she
of
now?
rocks.
Does she now? And what credentials
She
might
has
those
credentials, John.
be?
John.
Yeah, she was what?
You have any credentials?
Oh yeah, I got it in my back pocket. Buddy.
Sign the
Stacks
papers,
of 'em.
old man.
Yeah, I got as many as she does probably. No, she's somebody. She's Trump's daughter-in-law, sister-in-law, whatever, daughter-in-law.
So it's like a North Korea qualification.
Yeah, that's
basically.
all you need. Relationship to the glorious leader. That's all. That's why I said the other day, you're looking at Donald Trump. If he gets back in there, give him a few years. When he gets tired, it'll be President Ivanka. I don't
remember, man.
I don't think he'd go with Don Jr. to start with. Just
She's an in-law. That's all I'm going to say. In-laws have a habit of disappearing.
Oh, we have a choice here, and you're right. I'm starting to feel a whole lot better about the situation, especially right now after his little comment here recently. Let Russia do whatever the hell they want. Comment.
People are pissed.
People are pissed, and they damn well should be. And that's a challenge to the Republican Party to ask them, just who the fuck are you nowadays? Because that kind of language, really? You're willing to, why don't you just take down the American flag, run up the Russian flag at your house? Then you can play the Russian national anthem. Because that's where you're going. That's where Trump wants to lead you. It's obvious to everybody else out here on the table.
Excuse me. I got breaking news.
Breaking news.
The House has impeached Mayorkas.
Ain't that sad?
They did vote on it. Shit.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, they were waiting. For what? Steve Scalise to get back or something when they knew they had the votes? That's a disgrace right now.
One vote.
So now what? We're going to start impeaching, Secretary of Defense, Secretary of the Army, or the Secretary of Transportation. We're going to just impeach everybody nowadays. It's exactly what we're talking about with the Republican Party.
They did have 3 Republicans vote not to impeach. The final count was 214 to 213. So they needed 4. Shame on that 4th one because,
All right.
It's all
informative.
It's all die in the Senate. It's not going to go anywhere in the Senate.
This is what they're doing rather than governing, by the way.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. They can't govern, so they just want to create chaos. And this impeachment is totally on the command of their glorious leader, Donald Trump, because he wanted somebody impeached in this administration. If you can't get Joe Biden, get me somebody else. He can't be the only one impeached.
It's still all about their big election issue of the border.
The border. You mean the border they could have fixed the other day? The border that they had a bipartisan bill out of the Senate?
Mm-hmm.
That bill? That they didn't do anything about. And then today to deny aid to Ukraine and stuff because there's no border deal. Really?
There's no border deal because they won't let it happen. That's why there's no border deal.
They've got their marching orders from Donnie. This is 100%. Don't do anything. Let it burn to the ground. So he can point at it. That's all this is. And that it plays in with the whole, pardon me for just a fucking minute. It plays into the whole playground of the play of the Republican Party right now, which is to make this country suffer as much as they can. They want you to hurt. They want you to be worried about what's in the news, what's going to happen tomorrow, because that's how they play their game now. Yes, sir.
Do understand something, that the House is going to send Miss Sporkfoot herself up to the Senate to be an impeachment manager. If you even thought that you saw anything close to being a fucking shit show, put your boots on.
Put your boots on.
The bearded lady and the circus are heading up there.
Marjorie Taylor Greene's going to go up there and do what? Scream? Because she's going to make a shit show of it. That's all her job is, entertainment.
That's all she ever does, John.
No, that's all the Republican Party has done, period, is this drama shit.
She is going to be an impeachment manager, okay? Her and her little, do nothing caucus have, persuaded the preacher of the House to do this. And so, yeah, y'all get prepared to watch your money
show
at work in the 118th Do Nothing Congress. Your money at
But this falls into the whole grand scheme of the Republican Party trying to make this country hurt. And you can see it. I've pointed it out before. My governor, Greg Abbott, and DeSantis and others involved in this shit, shipping migrants across state lines to blue cities, blue states, for the purpose to cause damage to a fellow state, to fellow Americans. They want that situation to happen in New York. Best thing that Greg Abbott ever heard all day. Oh, he was tickled to death about that shit. Look at there. Migrants kicking police officers. Look at there. He did that. He did that for political reasons. He's not trying to solve problems. The Republican Party is not trying to solve problems. They are trying to create as much chaos and hate and discontent in this country as they possibly can, so they can play the national anthem and have an eagle stand on their shoulder while they tell you how patriotic they are, while they sell your ass out to Russia. So pay attention.
That's
Anyway,
really happening too.
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
And you know,
Yes.
I am by no means am I a fan of any political Clintons, but Hillary described Donald Trump pretty well in 2016, didn't she?
Didn't she? Deplorable.
She
That's what he
nailed
is.
him.
And
And the
got
fucking
nailed to the
people who
cross for
still
saying it.
support them, which I can tell you are fewer in number than they were yesterday.
I'm telling you, that's what I'm seeing.
Those
You're gonna
remarks
see this-
about NATO,
Run that
That's
shit up
gonna
the
hurt some
flagpole every
people's
time we get a
feet.
chance. That needs to be known. That's where that man is willing to go. They made a joke on it on last night's show on Stephen Colbert, I think. Because the same thought I was going to use in one of my shows, but he beat me to it. I say, hey, nice little country got there. If you don't pay up, well, you know, it's the same thing. It's a line right out of The Godfather or some shit. It's some mobster movie. You don't
Explain
pay
the
up.
difference.
Well, you know, there ain't no difference. All right, don't let me be rude any longer. Bonita,
Yes, John.
that's you I was talking about earlier in my show. If you didn't hear it.
I am going to try not to raise my voice.
Okay.
But you
Okay.
know how it is.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It will just be nice and calm today.
This is for you people out there that are Republicans. How can you sit by and let this man hijack your party? How can you sit
Indeed.
by and let these people trash your party? How can you sit by and let these people trash America? I don't understand. Now,
No.
Mitt Romney, I can have a conversation with. Liz Cheney, I can have a conversation with. Kissinger, I can have a conversation with.
Yeah.
I don't agree with probably most of what they have, but I can have a conversation. The rest of your party, the Magna Party, is not Republican. Get
No.
back your party, people.
They're not
Aren't
American
you
either.
tired of being tied to them? I would be tired of it. I would be so angry tired to these crazy
Bonita,
people. You
calm
are
down.
not doing anything. These people are nuts and you're tagged along with them. Get out there and get your party back. Don't you want a government that works? This is on you. You are
It
doing
is.
this because you elect these crazy people.
All right, calm down. Calm down. I know it. I know it. It's frustrating. It should be to every one of us.
Why are they
What
not
we have
doing
seen.
something, John?
Oh, I did today. Did you hear I did something today?
I did hear you do something today. I'd like to see some Republicans do something.
Yeah, well,
Get back
hang on
your
to you.
party, people.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure that's going to happen anytime. I don't know.
They
like
did
Mitch
do
and I said,
something.
I do.
They just impeached Mayorkas,
Mayorkas.
and they got rid of Rana at the RNC.
Ronna McDonald.
Ah,
Ronna McDonald.
yeah.
How
yeah.
can you
They did
impeach
something.
Mayorkas when you just took away his tools by voting against the border bill?
There you
This
go.
was your
How could you do that?
Benita, how could they turn down the bill of a lifetime that they've been asking for the border?
Forever.
This
This is
Republican
their
Party,
deal.
they don't care about America or its people. Mayorkas, let's not forget, he's Cuban. Okay, he's a person of color. We've got to get rid of him because he should be on the other side of the border
Because they can't
anyway.
get Biden.
Okay, so
Just
yes,
impeach somebody.
exactly.
That's what this is.
Anybody, and so yeah, they went after low-hanging fruit because that's what fucking racist assholes do.
But
Well,
Bernadette, they're making me dizzy. They're for it. They're against it. Well, it was our plan.
They're attacking.
Oh,
They
we don't
impeached
want our
Mayorkas
plan.
for what they did.
The border
Yes.
belongs to the Republican Party,
It does.
especially the party sitting in the House. The border and the mess that's at it belongs to the House 108.
Right now, you can lay it at
do
Mike
nothing
Johnson's feet.
Congress, the preacher of the House.
because they haven't done anything. They have not done anything. They have not passed any major. The only legislation that's been passed has been positive things that Biden pushed through. We've had the first gun legislation in decades get through the House, but no help from the Republicans.
And Mike Johnson is not Speaker of the House. It's Trump. Let's get that straight.
Yeah, that's
Trump
true.
Is running that.
That's true. Let's don't confuse who's in charge, and who's reporting to who, and whose ass is being kissed, because we're seeing that all through the Republican Party. They run to kiss the ring. They are. Puppets. But I think they're getting pushed up against the wall. This thing, this especially this little thing with Donnie out there telling Russia to go do whatever the hell they want. That's not going to play well with a lot of Republicans. That's not going to play well.
John, I thought the Republicans were for all national defense.
Well,
really, people out there, this is national defense. You do realize that Ukraine is an ally. Ukraine gave up all their
and let me tell you something.
This really weapons.
This bothers me because they how can we give all this money to Ukraine? All right, let me explain this shit real clear. There is no money going to Ukraine. What this is so many $1 billion in weapons that we have, missiles, ammunition, rockets, all that stuff. We have that here. All right. The deal is that we give that to Ukraine to help them win the war. Guess who profits from that? Contractors. Military contractors, the people that in this country, that work in this country, that build those rockets, that build those that ammunition, those tanks and stuff, they're all here. All of the money that they're talking about, that $65 billion package going to Ukraine, that's $65 billion into our economy. That's the way it works, baby. When we talk about a contractor's war, guess who makes money in these wars? Contractors, baby, the ones that produce the war machine. Those are the ones making the money. Well, guess what? It's the same thing in this situation. So we're not giving money to Ukraine. We're not going over there with like W did with plane loads of money. We're not doing that shit. No, that's Republican bullshit. So they can steal some of the money. That's what that was.
And let's not forget, all the equipment we send over there is already on the books to be destroyed because it's expiring.
It's our old store. It's our oldest stockpile that we're giving them. We're not giving them our brand new shit just coming off the assembly line. No, we're giving them the stuff that's been sitting out in the freaking yard for years.
And then
ammunition, rockets, these systems. If Ukraine does not have them, Ukraine can only withstand the might of the Russians for so long. And with the help from Donnie Boy and the rest of the Republicans, the Russians are doing just fine. This is a fight for liberty and freedom, and if you're going to stand up for it here, you stand up for it around the world. That's what brought NATO together. Yeah, an attack on one, attack on all. Huh?
Let's bring this up because I am tired of this too. Everybody's for the kids. Every Republican. Oh my goodness, the kids, the kids.
It's the kids.
Do you realize 700,000 children have been kidnapped out of Ukraine?
Yeah, most of them go straight up to Russia. What are you doing with the kids? Yeah, there are so many side stories in this war that would break anybody's heart. And what we're standing by here debating on whether or not we're going to help them because we have a party that all of a sudden gets wishy-washy on whether or not they want to be partners with Russia. Give me a freaking break. That's not the America I grew in, and it's not the America you grew up in. No.
Your leader,
that thought of Nikita Khrushchev saying we will not attack you, we'll destroy you from within keeps running through my mind.
Yes, that was Khrushchev.
Yes, Nikita Khrushchev. We do not have to attack your borders. We do not have to attack you with weapons. We'll do it from within. That's what he said. And we have an
agreement with Ukraine that we will step in and keep them safe.
We did when they gave up their nuclear weapon, their nuclear capabilities after they separated from Russia. That was the deal. A free and independent Ukraine. And we're not willing to stand up for that?
Doesn't mean jack. Our word is worthless. That's what we're telling the world. That's what.
If we let Trump get this his way, what's our word? Nothing. And if Trump were to get back in, you think the bullshit he said on stage the other night ain't going to go? You don't think Russia's going to take full advantage of that? Hey, the Baltic states, they were part of the. He wants to reinstitute the USSR. That's what Putin's dream is.
And may I remind everybody out there, no matter what stripe you are, Alaska was part of Russia. You don't think that Trump will give Alaska back to Putin if he wants it? You people in Alaska better wake up. I don't want Russia on my border.
I don't want, yeah, and Sarah Paracans. Yes. Yeah, believe me, I'm well aware of the standoff, really, that this nation really never doesn't know the true story behind, and that is the little piece of the Bering Strait, I think it is, between Russia and the United States up in Alaska. When I was stationed up there, that let me tell you, baby, that's the whole ball of wax up there. That's the closest we are to each other.
Yes, it is.
And that sky up there is monitored 24/7, 365, baby. There's aircraft in the air every day. When one comes down off the ground, I'm back on the ground, there's another bird already on the runway taking off, baby. There are aircraft up there 24/7.
Social studies and civics in school anymore.
Oh, they used to.
Do people not realize where countries are in
anymore.
relationship to each other? How intertwined we are with each other?
And look how far we've advanced that.
Other?
And we're looking at a war, wanting to go to war, when we could have a war that is breaking so many barriers now with AI, the possibilities that are open up to expand economic well-being on a world stage. The possibilities of what we could do are really endless if we didn't play this constant game of politics, because we can see how much money every day is spent on politics, on advertising, on everything, billions upon billions upon billions. And yet we sit here and we say we have a homeless problem. We have problems within our society, and we just can't seem to fix them. Well, shit, if we could fundraise like these damn campaigns could, we could solve every freaking problem. But we don't do that.
Yeah, everybody, you need to vote blue, because if you don't, we're going to be a third world country.
Yeah, I don't want to go there.
Yeah, you think you got it bad now. Wait until Trump gets in. You silver-haired people out there, you won't have Social Security. They're talking about sunsetting it.
Oh, yeah.
You won't have Medicare, Medi-Cal, Medicaid.
Well, you know, that's one of them socialist programs. You know that's socialist, don't you? That's socialism.
Yeah. Can you support yourself without that? Can you make your house payment or your apartment payment? Can your kids afford to support you? I don't think so.
No, they can't. No, they can't. And I don't want to ask them
afford your
to.
Meds.
You know, they gripe so much about, oh, Democrats are socialists. Man, what do we, it's, in my view, that society needs a way
safety nets, John. These are safety nets. We take care of
what's good for all of us.
Yes, we take care
the
of
highways,
one another,
everything.
People.
That's all socialism. Building a highway is socialism. I got news for you. There's so much that they bitch about socialism. Hell, we would a city park, a state park, a national park, all socialist shit, baby. Your Social Security, socialism. That's it. Your schools, socialist.
Sending their checks back.
Your fire department, socialist. Those are things that benefit the society. And they pin the names socialism on it like it's a bad thing. Communist socialism, yeah, that's not a good thing. But socialism in itself, and the definition, is something that lifts up the whole society. It's for all of us. And thanks to Citizens United, we don't have that anymore. It's who's got the most money. That's what it is.
But you all have to understand, this is going to affect everybody. Not just those with silver hair that are going to lose their Social Security and all their medical and food stamps and housing. You'll be homeless. But it's going to affect the young ones too. As it is, we're having to fight for our rights to vote. We're so gerrymandered. We have to fight.
I had that discussion today.
For women's freedoms that have been stripped.
Yeah, I had that discussion today about the gerrymandering today, because like everywhere else, we're fixing to have an election here in my local area, and it's again, on local level not so much, but when you start talking about your congressman, the state representatives. I'm gerrymandered to shit.
Hi, John.
Hi, Salvador. How are you? I hope you're having a good day, bub. That's Salvador. He is one of our family members. We're very happy anytime Salvador comes in and says hello. That's all of us, baby. That's it. Taking care of Salvador, that's all of our responsibility. That's not just Bonitas. We can ask nobody to survive something that is just crushing upon them. That's how come we have programs to help people. But let's face it, if you're at the bottom of the financial ladder, there's not a whole lot of reasons that politicians want to help you so much. You're not going to donate to their campaign. Hell, you can barely buy your damn groceries.
No, there'll be no special needs schools. There'll be no teachers for special needs. There'll be no services for special needs. No San Andreas. No nothing.
Nothing. No.
You people have to
pull up your bootstraps. You do it yourself. But we can't ask our fellow Americans to bear that kind of burden without us giving a shit. You know?
I thought we were our brother's keeper, people.
I thought we were.
Let's practice what we seem to preach all the time. Let's start taking care of one another. I don't want to hear that, they're this, they're that color, they're that motivation, that. I don't want to hear that.
Hey, let me catch up here.
That's not in the Bible. It says everybody.
Everybody. I'm way behind. Maria Betancourt, I apologize, dear. The conversation got going on 14 minutes ago. Maria Betancourt came in with a $5 donation and said, Mayorkas is Cuban-American, born in Havana. The GOP can't stand that. He is an immigrant. Hey, Maria, thank you very much. And I remind everybody just the other day, I let y'all know, and everybody all knows, anybody that knows me knows, I was born in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. That's where I was born. So what does that make me? It makes me an American. Guantanamo is American property. That's the United States property. It always has been. The rest of it's Cuba. Guantanamo, that's us. But we turned it into a bad place. And so, yeah. But
John McCain was...
Yeah.
McCain was
John
born
McCain
in
was not... Yeah. Yeah. What was it came up? John McCain's name came up today. It's a whole list of people that Donnie has thrown mud in the face, John McCain being one of them, veterans in general. How this man has come in and kicked dirt over everything that the Republicans have ever said that they valued, that they treasured, that they held up veterans. Are you shitting me? And then you have a man up there that can do this crap that he does.
Yeah.
And throw on top of that the Russia thing. Kiss my ass.
If you got a few bucks, send it to Vote Vets. Honestly, people, if you're veterans, if you have a vet in your family, how can you vote for this man? He calls them stupid. He calls them suckers and losers. He makes fun of people with disabilities. He doesn't like prisoners of war because they were caught.
They were caught. He likes people that aren't caught.
He's friends with
There's a
He's
list
got
of
his head
shit.
so far up his rump.
There's good people on both sides. You could have a whole freaking album of sound bites of stupid shit that man has said that flies in the face of everything that we in a society believe in, that have been working for. The unity of our country, everything. Social rights and damn, I get ahead of myself. Racial rights and women's rights. We're still having those fights. We ain't got nowhere.
I see you live.
Yeah, mommy will try to lower it a little bit.
Yeah.
It's okay.
But honestly, you people that are Republican.
Do you think any of them are listening right now, Benita?
I don't know.
Maybe.
If they are there. If you're sitting on the fence, people, how can you be sitting on the fence? Even my dog has a blue collar and knows who to vote for.
There you go.
So
even my dog would piss on Trump's leg. I'm telling you, he ain't stupid. I left that one there a little while because that's Colin Allred. That's my state, baby. That's the guy running up against Ted Cruz.
Mom.
Please help me out and send that guy a couple of bucks.
He's on my list.
Ted out. Is he? Bless your heart, baby.
He is.
Bless your heart. we're trying hard down here to get rid of Ted. He seems to be the pimple on our butt we need to get rid of. But these names going by, these pictures, these are some of the candidates running. And we remind you, if you're in a comfortable position, if you're in a blue state, a blue district, you got no problems. You're going to have a Democrat representation. Turn your attention to some of these people that are running in red states. You know, in Florida, wouldn't it be great if we could take Florida? Debbie McCarcel Powell down there. You know, these are the people that we need to try to help if we can. So 2 for Blue somebody if you can. That's one of those things that Bonita talks about doing 2 for Blue. Well, there's right there. Make a donation to a candidate. Be involved.
Yeah.
Have a little something in this game. So
people, your pencil should be setting your paper on fire. There is so much to be done.
I'm telling y'all listen to this lady. You'll be kicking yourself in the butt saying, "Get out and do something." So. And bless your heart.
You don't have to leave your house to do something.
You're not just talking the talk, Bonita. I know you walk the walk. I know you do a lot for a lot of candidates around this country, and so when Bonita tells you that to do so, she's doing it too. She's doing it too, and yeah, I'm so proud of her. She motivated me. I'm getting off my butt. I'm going to go do some more. I can make this go even farther. Because it's worth
everybody out
for.
there, you've got at least 5 minutes during your day to make a phone call, to write a postcard, to send a check. And if you don't have any money, that's perfectly fine. Call the White House and say, "Oh, President Biden, I really appreciate what you're doing."
Did you hear his speech today? Did you hear his little speech today?
I didn't.
I loved it.
I'll probably hear it tonight.
He called Donnie out again.
I wish he would call him out more.
Called the Republicans out more. Yeah. If everybody hasn't seen the little meme that he put out on social media, I can't remember which one it was, what platform, with his glowing eyes after the Super Bowl. Dark Brandon, yeah. It said it went just the way we planned.
I think he actually started a TikTok, John.
Yes, he did. He is on TikTok. How you like that?
I think that's where it was. It was on TikTok, but I'm not sure.
With the glowing eyes saying it went just the way we planned. A little gig to the Republican QAnon faction out there who thinks that the Super Bowl was all rigged because of Taylor Swift. That's what it is. Taylor Swift got with the NFL and decided it was going to be Kansas City and they were going to win. Really?
Yep, it's a plot. It's a plot.
John.
Yes, dear.
Dark Brandon needs to definitely go to the podium more often without taking questions from that fucked up press corps that he got. That disrespectful press corps. Go up there, use the podium for what it is. It is his bully pulpit. Use it and walk away. And leave him screaming.
Yeah.
You are the president of the United States. And if they ain't going to respect him as president, leave him standing there.
And it's not that he has to be afraid of the press. It's nowadays the press, just like the recent story that her report came out, the special prosecutor who came out and said that Joe Biden is an old, feeble guy. All that. That's his personal opinion. He should have never had written that in that report. That's all bullshit.
To make that
he is not. And he's going to be on, I think somebody's going to interview his ass, and I hope they drill his ass over that. Why would you put that dribble in your freaking report? And in my opinion, it's no different than what James Comey did. It's an attempt.
I have a message for Miss Bonita. Please, let me get this out. Uncle Fatty wants to let her know. Stamped envelopes do make a difference. Miss Bonita, mine are going out in the box tomorrow and every Wednesday. Right on, Uncle Fatty.
You
bringing the
brownie
receipts,
points and gold stars.
There you go. That's what Bonita's talking about. Do something, baby. It doesn't have to be on a grand scale, just a little scale, whatever you feel comfortable with. Just explore the possibilities. I did today, and I'm going to a meeting tomorrow. And I don't know where that's going to lead me.
But telling this is all his fault. I call him at least 3 times a week.
Penny Hartleman says she did 4 for Blue today. Outstanding. Outstanding. See?
Right on.
It takes involvement. Everything from now till I did. I had some pretty deep discussions today with people There's no bullshit to the story that everything is on the line with this election. Never has America faced this kind of situation before. We know who Donald Trump is. He was in office for 4 years. We saw what he acted like. It's a reason he wasn't reelected. He should be in jail, and we all know it. But this is it, baby. Everything comes down to this election. If Donald Trump gets back in, major changes to our society, major changes to your government. It'll be Donnie in charge of everything. That's what Project 25 is about. That's what they proceed. The executive branch holds all the power. And think about that for a little while. And where America goes from there. Donnie's
and don't
rhetoric.
You think for 1 minute, you with your Second Amendments, if Donnie gets back in, he won't be coming for your guns because he doesn't want anybody interfering with him. He doesn't want,
yeah. You think he's all pro Second Amendment? Wait till he gets in and becomes dictator for life. He don't want you to have a gun. No, that would be dangerous, comrade.
People in Russia don't have guns.
Just sit down and drink your vodka. That's exactly what I think would happen if Donnie gets back in. Shut up and drink your vodka, comrade. There'll be re-education camps for all of us hardcore Democrats. Yeah. It just pains me because the Republican Party, I don't know how stupid somebody has to be not to know who Donnie's friends are, who he idolizes. It's Putin. It's Kim Jong-un. That's who he wants to be. There's major powers in the world, China, Russia, and the United States. Well, them other two countries over there, they're run by one guy, and that guy's got everything. But here in the United States, we have a democracy.
John, when did it be acceptable that you rose with your enemy? Your enemy, people. Russia is our enemy, has been our enemy, will be our enemy.
Seems like Donnie's trying to convince everybody they're our comrades, that we should give, we should not interfere.
And they play Donnie every single day like a fiddle.
Every day.
He's
that's why I have a beard.
He's so stupid.
I never grew a beard in my life till Donnie came on the scene. And I had that little discussion too today. Well, why do you have a beard today? I tell people, if you knew what I've been doing for the first 4 years under Trump, I grew a beard. Didn't shave for 4 freaking years. The day Joe Biden was elected and inaugurated into president, sworn in, that beard came off on a live show. But then I saw my face again. I went, oh, shit, I kind of miss that beard. So I started growing my beard back again because I like it. But as I often say, go back and look. 3 years ago, at that video when I shaved my beard off. Look at the length of that beard and look at the length of my beard today. I am here to tell you, beard production under Joe Biden outshines any beard production under Trump. It's true.
John,
look. What?
I'd like to challenge anybody in our audience that is here or dropping by. If you're Republican or sitting on the fence, give us a call and give me 4 or 5 character traits you like about Trump. Character traits. Do you see in him that you want your children to emulate? Would you trust your teenage daughter with him? I wouldn't. No. I wouldn't have him by my girls with a 20-foot pole.
Nope. There's nothing that man stands for. It's all bullshit. He hugged the flag. No, he didn't. He rubbed his pecker on it.
He was raping the flag.
They think that's patriotism. Anyway, let me catch this one real quick because Brittany Stanley came in with a $5 donation and said a narcissist wants the authority of a king while having the accountability of a toddler. That appeared on my feed. Boy, howdy shit. It's true. It's true. Yeah. That's what he wants.
My dog Jack can hump a flag too, but that doesn't make him qualify to run for president.
I don't want him as president, right? Yeah. No, that's not what it takes. And guess who has what it takes? Joe Biden, because even with his age, we're seeing what he has done. Okay. The economy has turned around. Jobs out the wazoo right now. Everybody's working out almost. 3.5% unemployment, outstanding. That's down from 10%. Everything that we went through at the beginning of Joe's tenure was a result of Donald Trump's asinine governance. And we're just now starting to pull out of that shit, and it's because of Joe Biden and the programs that he has passed. That's how come we're being lifted up now. We're not there yet. We still got a long way to go. You want to put it back in the hands of the man that want to burn it back down again?
You got roads being replaced.
I
you
heard
got
some,
your lead pipes being replaced.
Some Republican complaining about his taxes, how his taxes under Joe Biden, under Trump were less, but now they're higher. Yeah, because he put he took it away. He only made it a temporary tax cut for your ass while he was president, and then when he left, the tax cut goes away. Did he do that for the wealthy people? No.
No.
The wealthy people got a hell of a big tax cut, and they still got it, baby.
Yes, they
Yours
do.
went away because it was a political ploy. That's what it was.
Trump could care less about us people. He doesn't like it, and else you're millionaires or billionaires.
No,
we don't matter.
If you ain't got the money, why would he want to listen to your poor ass?
Man.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Oh, what does this say?
President Biden has always got our interests forefront. He's always trying to think of ways to help us. Everybody, not just Democrats, but everybody.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
But Trump, it's like, fuck you if you're not rich.
Basically, it's exactly what it is.
Yep.
RVW, I'm sorry. You've been in the room for a few minutes. How are you doing?
Yeah, I was letting everybody rant before I could say something.
Oh, I have a tendency. I forget what I did. The conversation gets flowing in that.
Yeah. Did you hear what Trump is trying to do now?
What? Pray tell what?
Okay. You know how Taylor Swift was at the Super Bowl, right?
Oh yeah.
Anyway, But anyway, he's trying to take credit for her success, even though he has nothing to do with it.
Oh yeah. I heard that part.
Oh yeah.
That he made her lots of money.
Yes.
That Trump made a lot of money for her.
Yeah, he was trying to claim. He was trying to claim credit for her success, even though there was a bill that was signed. You know how they have these copyright strikes that basically if you copyright somebody's song, you get a strike on it.
Right.
Well, he signed the bill he didn't sign it, but somebody did. But it was passed while he was in office, and he was trying to claim that he was responsible for all her success in music, and he had nothing to do with that.
I didn't see his ass up on the stage singing a damn thing. You know?
If he was singing, he probably sucks at it.
Oh yeah.
And she's been famous for a very long time.
He'd want a cut of it is what he would want. Let me thank J.P. Leib, who just came back in with another $3 and said, thanks to President Joe Biden, anyone who wants a job can get a job. Wages are up and savings are up. And indeed. Salvador, okay?
Yep.
Okay, good deal.
Yep.
Yes.
And
the job market is better. Like I said, unemployment down to 3.5%. You know, inflation's down. It's not where we want it to be. And we discussed that the other day with greedflation. Companies, they don't want to lower their price. They're making money. The price went way up during COVID. They want to keep it that way, baby. Why give that discount back to your ass? They're used to that money. And that's basically what's holding our economy back up. That and a lot to do with our what I believe is our system of your grocery bill.
Sweetheart.
Your grocery bill is because we have made such a deal on the immigration. Our system relies on immigrant work. We've discussed this before. You want a peach that's going to cost $30. You want a watermelon that costs you about $80-$90 for a watermelon. That's what it would cost if you had Americans out there picking that shit. These immigrants, they provide a whole lot for this nation. And they have turned it into such a political tool. And I don't think it's all just by chance. I've been around a long time and watched a lot of politics and a lot of what we've done all over the world. If we had half the sense of providing a little more aid towards our friends in the South, down in Venezuela and down in South America, that we would not have this influx of people trying to seek a place that's safe for their family. Because that's what most of this is. You know, when they all scream about today, I heard it discussed the fentanyl. Look at the fentanyl coming over the border. Guess who's taking the fentanyl across the border? It's not illegals. It's American citizens, baby. They're coming across the border. It's coming across on boats, on planes, through walking through some American. That's who's bringing fentanyl here. Are they controlled by some bad cartel? Maybe so. Yeah. But it's not coming by Jose out there with a backpack trying to cross the desert out there and get into America. That's not the way this shit works. You know, it's there's just so much bullshit sold to the American people that it's hard to find the truth in all the shit that you have to wade through. Everything
Where did
right
common sense and critical thinking go, John?
Yeah, a little critical thinking isn't a bad thing. You know, we all need that in our life. You know, it's what gets us through.
Common sense people
that would
tell
help.
you that.
And some of our fellow Americans don't have a whole lot of that nowadays. I don't know what they found in this man. I don't see anything in him that has any redeeming value. He's been a scumbag all his life, not just since he was president. Before then, you know, and before he became a Republican candidate for president, he was a Democrat. He was a liberal.
And he said,
but he knew where the suckers were. And that's what he was going for. He wasn't going for conservative Republicans that had a half a brain. Most of them had formed the Lincoln Project or something. Not all Republicans went with Donnie. That's how come that party split right now. But Donnie, he came along and he Pied Piper of rats, called them out from underneath their rocks. And that's who the MAGA party is. And like Mitch was saying earlier, I don't see much hope for it. I don't think it's going to survive. I think there's more people that are going to stand up to this idiotic bullshit that we hear out of Donald Trump. And now going as far to tell Russia to attack anybody they want. Go ahead. Are you shitting me? You think that's what we need on the world stage today? I don't think so. It's a dangerous place in this world today. The Middle East, the way it is right now, Ukraine going through what it's going through. We have our own problems here in this country, and we have a party that's hell-bent on not doing a damn thing about anything because it benefits them politically if this country is on fire. If it's burning down, if everybody's scared of everything and worried about everything, and you have somebody saying I'll save you. No, they're not going to save you. They're the ones that lit the match. They're the ones that's causing all of this problem because they're not here to negotiate any deal with anything, whether it be the border, the budget, anything. It doesn't matter. They're not. Every time we get a budget introduced, it's a continuing resolution for a few more months. Great way to run a country, ain't it? Yeah. Anyway.
I want to get back to the good old days when government worked. And
I don't know.
We had two parties and we had a compromise. Nobody got what they wanted. No. And that's a good compromise.
It's never
but
been.
Everybody got a little bit.
That's it. Compromise is what this nation is built on. That's how our society is supposed to work, that we're supposed to debate the issues, come to an agreement on where we can, and move forward. But we saw just the other day in the border bill, we had a bipartisan border bill that both parties agreed to. A lot of things that the Republicans screamed about needing, and then they shot their own bill in the foot.
John, they make me feel like I'm a cast member in The Exorcist. My head is spinning. They're for it, and they write it, but then they're against it. But they're for it, but they don't want it. But it solves their problem. It's everything they want, but now they don't want it.
It's not exactly what they wanted. You didn't do it with your right toe pointed to the west. Try it again. You know, it would be something. They're not going to pass anything. They want the chaos. That's exactly what they want. Because they're trying to hurt a certain portion of our population, try to make them hurt. You know, if you hurt, then you're going to tend.
It's not only that, they're tarnishing the reputation of the United States, making us look like we can't even govern ourselves. Which they're proving we can't. People, please vote these people out.
Are you shitting me? Louis Russo just came in with a $10 donation and said, can you imagine a world where we all work together to better the planet, improved our technologies to the betterment of man, and take care of our old and poor with respect and dignity? Bernie?
I pray for that world every day.
Don't I? That's the world we should live in, right there. And what is wrong with that world? And Louis,
nothing.
Thank you very much. And brother, I was on the same. I voted for Bernie. In the primaries, that was my man. When it became Joe Biden, that's who I voted for. I got all behind Joe because that's our party, baby. That's our nation. You get behind the leader. But yeah, I was all Bernie because Bernie, I saw, had a vision. And it included everybody, not just somebody, everybody. And isn't that what we're supposed to be doing? Isn't it? That we're a nation of I don't know. I lost my thought right there. Had to deal with sorry, a squirrel. Squirrel ran across my desk.
Well, let me remind everybody out there, because I'm tired of hearing immigrants too.
What?
We are a country of immigrants. Every one of us are an immigrant. And no, sure, Native American, you are an immigrant. I hate to point out the obvious because it takes common sense, which you seem to have lost.
You would think.
Where is your common sense, people?
If you're not of Native American heritage, you're an immigrant in this country.
Yes, you are.
Your heritage came from someplace else. And chances are, when your forefathers came here, they didn't want them here either. They didn't want the Italians when there were a lot of Italians. Every time there was an influx of any nationality into our country, they didn't want them. Look what we did to the Chinese when we advanced the West. You know,
we abused them with the railroad.
Oh, abused is not the word, baby. Yeah. Like indentured servitude, baby. That's what that was.
Don't forget, my ancestors were being kidnapped for labor too.
Yeah. If you're black, the probability of your heritage coming from the slave trade, yeah. So whether it be by force or by volunteer, immigration is how this country is built. We are a nation of immigrants. That's what we are.
Exactly.
People learn your history before it's rewritten, because that's what they're doing in states. They're rewriting history. Yeah. Learn your history of what's going on with your country.
Indeed. We should all be not only learn, but learn and advance it. Make it better. Make the world better. Ed, how have you been doing anyway? You doing all right,
great,
brother?
John, I've been great. Yes. I guess you heard about he gets us ad again on Super Bowl. I don't know if y'all brought it up, or not.
Good. You are being so good. I can't.
Go,
I guess
go
everybody
ahead.
Heard it.
Yeah. No, Ed, go ahead.
Nice headphones.
That's okay. That's just Bonita having to help Salvador with something.
Again. Yep. Again.
Anyway.
But he says they always have it by this Christian society. Say he gets us.
Oh, the recent ads, he gets us.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
yes,
all over. Yeah, everybody
yesterday.
saw it.
I want to know how y'all heard about it. I don't know if y'all talked about it already.
No, I try to stay away a lot from religion sometimes. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm an atheist. I believe in the stars and the moon and the sky and all that shit. But we're based on a society that everybody has their right to believe what they want to believe. If you believe there's a higher power, more power, I have often said I wish I had that luxury. I don't. I've told people what I would do if I found myself at the. I'll say it real strong. If I ever found myself at the gates of heaven, I would ask him to get on his fucking knees and apologize.
Here's the thing, John.
I am a bitter man.
Why is it that they say we are to love your enemies, but still our enemies still hate us?
You're supposed to give a quarter of your field to the poor. You know, if we live by what the good Bible says, but don't forget, in every bit of that good Bible, there's another side of that Bible that says, smite thy ass down if you don't do the right thing. And that's the part a lot of people take. If you don't live by what they think, they interpret the Bible or their religion or whatever it is, if you don't live by that, they're going to, you should be smacked down by some higher power. I don't know.
The ad that was played during the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah, Jesus, he gets us. And if you live by Jesus' words, we'd have a whole lot better planet. If you stay away from that vengeance is mine, saith the Lord shit. If vengeance is mine, we'll leave that up to him.
Or not to worship the other gods like they did with Trump.
Yeah.
Worship him like he was the
most
savior.
of the Ten Commandments are about him anyway.
But John, here's the thing.
Only a few of them are about what we should do
John,
as a
if
society.
I could say something.
Go ahead.
I mean, if I could say something. If they say Trump is their Lord and Savior, how come he didn't raise up 500,000 of the dead from the COVID or bring the nation together for them being divided? Or
what bothers me is that think he is divine sent. That a lot of white Christian nationalists think that Donald Trump was sent, and they compare him to somebody in the Bible, the king somebody who wasn't a very religious guy, but I guess he did great things.
King David.
King David?
Yeah.
Who? Okay.
King David.
So he wasn't much of a religious guy, but he got a lot done, so, that's okay. And that's what they're trying to hold up Donnie. He's not a very religious guy. He's got his faults, but he's doing great things. No, he's not. No, he's not.
He's not.
He is lining the pockets of those the society Donnie wants is exactly what Putin has. He wants an oligarch society. He wants to put his rich friends in charge of certain parts of our country, certain government operations, whatever it be, transportation or whatever it is. Put an oligarch in charge of that. They get all the money. Donnie gets a cut of their money. That's the same system they have in Russia right now. It's an oligarch system. It's who has the money. While the rest of over in Russia, shut up and drink your vodka.
And Project 2025 sounds scary.
It is.
It's much worse.
Ed, it is scary. Because what they imply is that the executive, being in this situation, Donald Trump being the president, is the executive officer. Everything falls under the executive branch, except for the legislative branch, which is the Congress and the Senate, and the judicial branch, which is the Supreme Court, and the federal courts around the nation. Okay, everything else in our society is controlled under the executive branch, which would put Donnie in charge of everything, and I'm sure his first order of business would be to negate the Supreme Court in some way, to make them less powerful, to concentrate the power in the office of the executive branch. It's in the Project 2025. You just go out, everybody can go look at it, and you should.
Won't there be more persecution for anyone who was against Trump?
Yes, retribution and persecution. My asses would be in big trouble. Not as much as a whole lot of other people, but I'm sure I'd be somewhere way down on the bottom of the list. But it depends on where you're talking about. If you're talking about local, baby, I'm at the top of the freaking list.
We'd all be in the encampments.
Yes. Let me thank Louis Russo, who came back in with another $10 and said, "Can you imagine?" Oh, wait a minute. Never mind. I did that already. I just forgot to click it. John, I'll tell you what, it's worth fighting for. Our nation, our society. This is the part where John gets off on his soapbox, because I had a conversation like this today. This is all I've got. This is the last shit I can offer my country.
Can I make a point? Can I make just a statement? My opinion.
Huh?
Go ahead,
We're not voting for gods.
No.
I'm not voting for God. I'm voting for a man. I'm leaving religion out of this particular decision that I have to make, because it simply has no place. This ain't about God as far as I'm concerned. It ain't about your religion versus my religion or anything else like that. I'm making it an informed decision on whether or not this country is going to have democracy or not.
That's the question that's on the line.
That's it.
Religion comes into a lot of people's thought process, but we're not voting on a religion here. And aren't we based on freedom of religion where it's not just Christians?
And that's why we vote blue, John.
That's why we vote blue, because why?
So
because we believe in the Constitution and what this country has to offer. I'm not up for modifying bullshit to let some guy come in. Let me wait a minute. Oh, okay. Just wanted to make sure I wasn't reading the same thing again. I want to thank Bob K, who came in with a $5 donation and said, proud grandson of an immigrant. Grandma came over from England as a child in 1899 and rode in a covered wagon to Nebraska where they settled. Did they get a flat tire, Bob? Nebraska? Really? No, I'm just teasing you, brother. Mine immigrated from Switzerland by way of Chile into Canada and then into the United States. They took a long way around to get in. But yes, every one of it. If you know your history, your family history, that's great. Anyway, Bob, thank you very much. And Louis Russo came back in with $10. Now I can say it this time. And said, I love the moral teachings of Buddha and Jesus, Moses and Mohammed, Confucius and Socrates, Mahatma Gandhi, Nelson Mandela. But in the meantime, I think I will follow George Carlin. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Louis. I appreciate that. You know, there's certain people that you go, that George Carlin is one of them. He's a man of with wisdom beyond his he's a smart guy. And I'll tell you what, I look at Jon Stewart the same way. I always look at him and go, yeah, I might vote for that guy. That guy's probably pretty smart. Let me thank Crystal Harmony, who came in with a $1 donation. Crystal, every dollar counts. Thank you very much for that, baby. I appreciate it. I do.
I have a quote from Jon Stewart the other night.
You had what?
A quote, but I might be paraphrasing because I only saw the clip once, so I didn't get all of it. But he said something.
I thought you said call.
No,
I thought you said you got a call from Jon Stewart. And
yeah, he's my best friend. He's on speed dial.
There you go.
No, but he said something along the lines of, you don't have to worry about the election. You just have to worry about every day leading up to and after the election.
Every day before and every day after. So true. I missed that, man. I enjoyed every
There's a special election going on in New York today. It's to replace George Santos' seat, which would have made today's. No, the polls don't close until 9 o'clock. So they got what, another 40 minutes or so. Okay. And so, had we had that seat today, it would have been a tied vote in that impeachment debacle that went on. So yeah, if you think your vote don't matter, your votes do matter, even if you're in a red state. Please get out and vote. Please do your fair share of saving our democracy. We're all in this boat together.
Because
all of us.
If you don't vote, you're right. Your vote don't count.
Your vote will not count.
Your voice doesn't count.
You guarantee it. If you don't vote, you guarantee your vote not counting, which is all the more reason why. If your vote wasn't important, they wouldn't work so hard to suppress it. Yeah. And they are working hard to suppress it.
What was that? I'm sorry.
I got to vote more.
Oh. You got to vote more, did you say?
Yeah, I only voted one time, and that was back in the 2020 election when I voted for Biden.
Outstanding. Outstanding. There's a lot of people who are new to voting. You know, some of us come into the political world a little later in life, but that's fine.
Sometimes House of Representatives members and are on off election years, not necessarily presidential election years. So every year we're voting for somebody to be replaced in the House and or the Senate, and we need to take that into consideration.
Yeah.
Mayors are being elected, governors are being elected, dog catchers are being elected.
Everybody's
People
going to
that
be on the
run your
ballot.
local school libraries and your school boards are being elected. And all of these people locally have more of an effect on your life than those people in the Do Nothing Congress up in Washington.
Yeah. Be involved in your local
Every
area.
election counts.
Because this is the time of year. There are a lot of elections going to be happening. Super Tuesday's coming up pretty soon. You know, there's a lot of things on the table all across this nation. You know, I had to talk today with the lady at the Democratic headquarters here in Corpus, and her big concern was the youth vote, trying to get out more younger voters, get them involved. And there is more participation now than it has been in decades, that the youth have been more involved. But sadly, that is a result of a lot of school shootings, a lot of tragedy in these kids' lives.
Climate change.
Yes, climate change being another one. Yeah, there's all sorts of things that. I swear my mic is moving. But yeah, trying to get the youth involved is a big thing. You know, so.
And you
I
know
don't
what?
know what an
They
old
should
guy
be
with a beard's
involved
going to help there,
because
but I'm going to do my best.
it's this is the world that we're leaving to them, and they're
Yeah.
not exactly happy about the state in which we're leaving it. So please, if you're young and you want to make a difference in this world, vote blue, because the Republicans
baby.
don't care about you. Listen to your elders on this one. We know what the hell we're talking about.
What
If
is
it
that
wasn't
mission?
for the Republicans,
What does that Miss
if we
Chick
had
says?
less, if we had less Republicans up there, there would have been less of you guys getting shot up in your schools. That much I
Indeed.
could guarantee you.
Indeed. We know what side of the fence we are there. Vote like your life depended on it. Why, Miss Chick?
Because it does.
Because it does.
Because it does.
Exactly.
Our life,
And
your life,
it's time for
your
credits.
children's life, your grandchildren, our future generations. They all depend on how we vote, how we mold our society, how we mold our government, and what it does. Do we want a government that is basically going to be for the wealthy, which is what Donald Trump is going to turn it into? Or we want a nation that stands up for the people that live here, that do what it needs to do to lift up everybody in this boat, baby. Anyway, I digress. It's been a long day, baby, but a productive day, one that I personally am happy with. And tomorrow is going to start a new adventure for me. Going to this meeting is going to introduce me to a whole lot of people I don't know, and I'm looking forward to it. I really am. Let me thank Crystal Harmony, who just came in with a $2 donation and said, if Trump wins, kiss USA goodbye. Vote blue. There you go. Vote blue. Yeah, everything's on the line.
How about we not kiss USA goodbye, and we make sure, because there's more of us than there are
indeed.
of them voting
Yeah.
for him.
I have a
Let's make
t-shirt.
sure he don't get in office.
There's the key.
I am passionate about
cut
that.
it off before the problems happen. I have a t-shirt that reads, when injustice becomes law, resistance becomes duty. The day I got that shirt in the mail, that phrase was embedded in my mind. When injustice becomes law, resistance becomes duty. This is my duty. I'm not going to stand by in my old age and watch my country
as I read the
be
chat,
destroyed by a
I know
maniac.
that there's a lot of people out there that are cynical about getting out the vote and all the rest of that. But I'm going to tell you something. You can be cynical all you want to, as long as you can take your cynical ass to the polling place and vote
Go
blue.
in cussing. I don't care.
Vote blue.
Go in there holding a ramp. I don't care how you get it. Just get your ass to the
Because
polls.
it does matter.
It matters,
It does
baby.
matter.
And we need every one of you. Every one of you.
And
to
if
be at
we
the
show
polls.
up in tsunami-like numbers, we can create that tsunami that we want in
numbers
this
too big
country.
to
I
deny.
love you too, honey.
I love you too, Salvador.
Sorry.
Oh, baby, that's fine. He's family. He's
Away from
family.
the room.
He's family. And we take care of
Forgot to
family.
mute.
because let's face it. If we can't take care of Salvador, we can't take care of this country, baby. So
Exactly.
every soul, every heart, we need. That's why we're here.
That's why
we're here.
people, you need to vote blue. You
There you
need
go.
to vote blue because you're voting for every brother and sister out there. You're voting for future generations. Women,
go.
you are voting for your rights. I don't know
Indeed.
how you really, women. I am angry, and I'm an old woman.
Okay, wait.
That
Don't
my
get
rights
angry.
are stripped.
Let's got to calm you back down now because we're going out the door.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, calm down. Bonita, I love you for lighting
Somebody
that
throw some
fire
water
under
on that
me.
woman.
Indeed, indeed.
I thought Bernadette, and I thought you
Yeah.
were outspoken.
Oh, man, hold on
Yes.
to your britches, buddy. Hold on to your britches. All right, I want to thank everybody for coming in tonight and joining us on the show, and those that are in the chat and watching everything. This table is open to every one of you. I'm glad everybody comes in here and we sit around and we have these conversations. Y'all remember that some of the things that we talk about on here are left on the table, and that is where Bernadette and Miss Chick have knocked it out of the park. So look for the upcoming episode of Left on the Table with Bernadette and Miss Chick. It's going to be outstanding. I know it is. But these are issues that we talk about, we don't get into depth on, and they take the opportunity to do just that. And I want to thank them for that. Anyway,
I'm still gonna listen to the
RVW.
first episode of that.
What's that?
I'm still gonna listen to the first episode of that. I haven't watched any of those episodes.
Oh,
It's out there waiting
check them
for
out.
you.
Yeah, they're there. You can check them out. Let me quickly thank Adam Hewitt. Adam, thank you. Came in with $2 and said, if you don't vote, you can't bitch. Vote blue. There you go. Where's my banger?
Agree with that.
If you don't vote, don't bitch. Anyway, RV, thank you for coming in. Appreciate it tremendously.
Yep.
All right. And Ed,
Yes, John.
thank you for coming in, brother. We appreciate your voice anytime you join us.
It's been a pleasure. And John,
Yes, sir.
will you be hosting this year's State of the Union show?
I
Because
probably
I know
will.
it's going to be a shit show.
Oh man, yeah. We want to expand our. A lot has to deal with my internet service and how much power I got going in and out of here. I want to make some improvements to the show where we could have other guests live on the show with the video and all that kind of stuff. We're working on some changes to the show because we want to push a little farther. And that's part of what I'm going to the meeting tomorrow about. I want to get involved in my local politics. And, oh, Lord, if you knew the questions I got asked today, it's scary. I'm just like, no, I don't want to do that. Anyway.
I do want to say this, John.
Huh.
El Salvador and Bernadette, you don't want to get them both started.
Ah,
Just don't want to get
No.
them both started.
no. You get that cranked up, and there you go. You can't shut it down. Hell, it's hard.
I just
Anyway,
sit back and watch.
that's right. Entertainment, brother. Just keep your head low.
Indeed.
And thank you very much. I appreciate you. And
It's
Bonita,
a pleasure. Thank you.
the Silver Jedi.
Women are angry, John. This one
Thank-
is really angry. So
I know
I
you-
want you people to be doing something. Like I said, your pencil should be setting your paper on fire. Get out there. I want you voting blue. I want you to vote for your rights, to protect your rights, those of your children and your grandchildren. What type of world are they going to live in if Donnie takes over? Have you
Oh,
thought
Lord.
about that?
I have.
Everything you're going to lose, people. Wake
Everything.
up.
I'm telling
Common
you.
sense, critical thinking. Work it.
I'm telling you. And she doesn't only talk the talk. She walks the walk. She is involved. And I'm so proud of you, Bonita. And you've lit a fire. Like I said, a lot of what you motivated me. You came around and lit that fuse again and got me, I don't know, more. I want more. I want to do more. Oh, man.
Yeah, John, I have already fought these fights and I'm fighting them again.
Yes. Yeah.
really-
We're back at,
That's my
especially
truth.
with
Yes,
women's
it does.
issues. Oh, Lord, we're going to get another show started. We got to go. All right, Bonita, I love you, darling. Mushy, mushy.
Mushy to you guys. And good night, everybody.
We love you. All
Good night,
right.
everyone.
And Misha Chick.
Yes, John.
Oh, Lord, baby, you got anybody you want to call out tonight?
Actually, I do. I want to call
Outstanding.
out James. It's his birthday.
James Price. Happy
Yes,
birthday
happy
to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear James.
Dear James.
Happy birthday
Happy
to you.
birthday,
Thank you for reminding me
James.
that. I knew it because it was on my Facebook thing, and that reminds me I wanted to go to my
It's the
Facebook thing and
big
wish him a happy birthday.
50.
It is
All
James's
right.
birthday today.
It is. And
It
I'm sure
is.
he's having a grand time.
Oh, yeah, bet he's laughing his ass off. That guy can't sing. I know I can't sing. It's not the thing. It's the emotion. It's the thought that counts. Ain't
It's
that
the
what they
thought
say?
that counts, James.
That's right. Anyway, Miss
Oh,
Chick.
but I do
Anybody
have
else?
some people to call out.
Who you want to call?
Steve Medeiros from North Carolina, Sheila Stewart from Nevada, Theodore Dusenberry from Michigan, Charles Woods from Texas, Bob Case from New Jersey, who also says, how can anyone still support that orange prick?
Good question. Good question.
Good
Man,
question,
that's a good
Bob.
question. We love it,
Right.
Bob. Thank you.
And
Thank
James
you.
Beasley from South Carolina. They all shared this shit.
I appreciate them sharing this shit. I really
And
do.
everyone can share this shit. And we can
Indeed.
subscribe.
There's
and
a
like.
button right down. Just that
There
right down there.
is.
Freaking button. It
Quick.
says like, share, subscribe down
Hit it
there.
before you leave.
Y'all could hit all three of them buttons right there.
You
Have
can
at
leave
it.
comments too.
You wouldn't believe how enjoyable it is to push buttons. I have a lot of buttons I can push here. There's some
Uh-oh.
buttons. There's buttons over here I
Be
can't
careful,
push.
John.
That's
Don't
right.
get 'em
I
started
can't
with the
touch these
buttons.
buttons over here, but these buttons over here I'm good with. My son has set me up. Anyway, Bonita,
I love you.
Mr. Chick, thank you so much for everything you do.
And one other thing, John.
What?
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day to all our sweethearts out there. Indeed, tomorrow is Valentine's Day, so don't let that slip by, buddy. I've been down. No. I've got my irons in the fire. I got plans,
Okay.
buddy.
I don't-
ain't roasting my butt. Nope.
Yep, I don't celebrate Valentine's Day, but I got to work all day tomorrow.
Well, I'm one of those lucky people that I've had the same Valentine in my heart for the last 46 years. She is the love of my life, the sweetheart of my dreams, my political advisor. She is everything in the world to me. And I would not be able to do this show, nor would I even be around breathing if it wasn't for that woman. So to say she's my sweetheart would be an understatement.
John,
And if
Before
you're
we
listening,
go-
honey, I love you. Ha. What?
I got a homework assignment for everybody.
What have we got?
Do at least 2 for blue people. I don't want no excuses and I want to see receipts. And
Do
I
your part.
also want you to look at the Supreme Court case of the U.S. versus Lee 106 U.S. 1882.
Wow.
That's U.S.
Homework.
versus Lee 1882. Homework.
Let's check that
I
out.
don't want to hear
I'm going to
There
have to
will
go
be a
look.
test,
I'm
people.
going to
There
go
will
have
be
to
a
look.
test.
That's how on fire Bonita is. She can quote you what
Yeah.
law is in the damn Congress right now. So
Yeah, none of this immunity stuff.
no,
Well,
no. I'm
well, the
waiting
good-
to hear
the
that
good-
response.
Well, the good thing
Anyway.
is that most people at most of my people at job hate most of my people at my job. They hate Trump, so I know more than
Oh,
5 people that I can get on
Lucky
my side.
you.
Good.
Lucky you. I can't pull out of my driveway without people running into. Anyway, that's for another day. Anyway, Mr. Chick, thank you so much, baby,
You're welcome.
and Bernadette. Thank
I will
you.
tell you that my
What?
cracked 8-ball does have something good for in your future, so
In
you
my
got to
future?
wait for that. And I just want to say to all of
See,
those
how does
that are
that
out
happen?
there that are feeling a little lonely on Valentine's Day, do like I do and love yourself like you would love your lover.
That's it,
All
baby.
right?
Hug
There you
yourself.
go.
Give yourself a hug. I
That's
want to
right.
hug
Buy
every
you
one
some
of you. I
chocolates.
do.
Buy you a nice
I
glass
do.
of wine or a dinner. Fix yourself something nice. You don't have to sit and moan and groan and bemoan that you don't have a Valentine. You got yourself. Love
You got
yourself
us,
like you would love your
and
lover.
we love you, and we love you.
Hey, and if don't nobody else love yourself
Love
like
yourself.
you would love your lover.
That's right.
There you
That's
go.
right.
Happy
Have a grand
Valentine's
day.
Day to all y'all. Okay?
Whatever that means.
Because I'm going to get it a goings on. Okay?
Well, I send my love out to every one of you for being a part of this family, for being involved in our body politic, in our society. That's what being here means to me. Is that I'm
Hey,
buffering.
Mom.
Yeah.
And
And
anyway,
hopefully my cracked 8 ball will bring that up. There it is.
there it is. There it is. Corey Barton came back again with another $5 donation. Corey, thank you very much. And how come your broke ass crystal ball gets it before my damn
Hey, my
anyway,
broke ass
don't know.
8 ball is really good.
I
Okay.
think it is. Anyway, to all of us, thank you all for donating tonight. Thank you for those names going by that support our Patreon page. We appreciate you so much. You're what makes all this happen. So, and there are some changes coming. I'm going to do a video tomorrow at the meeting I'm going to. I'm going to post it tomorrow, boosting that thought of being involved in our own backyard and what difference we can make. Anyway, I love you all for being here. And we'll be back here again on Thursday night for another Blue Dot Family meeting. Until then, take care of yourself. Put a smile on your face and give that shit away. It's the best thing you can do for your freaking heart, I swear, is to make somebody else smile. And so do that. Anyway, y'all say goodnight to everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night,
Good night,
everybody.
everyone.
We will see you again on Thursday. Y'all